Alright, so let's move on to how the Thermomix works. This recipe is one of the popular dishes that's made in a home demonstration. The reason why it's chosen is because it showcases many of the features of the Thermomix. The first thing that we need to do when making this recipe is to create the curry paste, and it's a really simple step-by-step procedure. So we look up the tandoori paste and put it up on our Thermomix, and then it will tell us step by step what to put in the Thermomix, pressing the next button in between each step. There's a whole bunch of spices and some oil and some tomato paste going into this, and then we're going to blitz it. Now this actually makes enough paste to make 3 batches of this chicken curry, but the tandoori paste can be used in many recipes, so it's really handy to have in the fridge. The way to preserve it is to put it in a clean jar and cover it with a little bit of oil to stop the oxygen from getting to it, and you'll be able to have it in the fridge for at least a month. With all the ingredients now in the bowl, the Thermomix is telling us to put the lid on and the MC, which is the measuring cup, in place. And then we press next. And as you can see, after pressing next, the Thermomix now is saying that we're going to go for 20 seconds, and it's telling us to turn the speed dial around to 9. Now it's already set for us, so all we have to do is turn the dial. Okay, so with that done, all we need to do is take the ingredients out of the bowl, put them in a sterilised jar and cover them with oil to preserve. But we're going to use 1/3 of this to go into our curry. That's looking good. That's our curry paste that we can put aside. Alright, so the next step is to get on with the curry. This recipe is found on Cookidoo and it's called Creamy Coconut Chicken Curry, and it's the TM6 version, so this one will be using high heat. Instead of making normal rice, we're going to make cauliflower rice with this one. So it's a bit of a healthier version, although you can make rice in your Thermomix. So the first thing we're going to do is chop our cauliflower florets into 4cm pieces and pop them in our Thermomix. Then we press next, and the Thermomix actually will tell you what time and speed to go to get your cauliflower to get it to a size that looks like rice. And it's going to go and reverse speed +5. So the Thermomix blades have got a sharp side and a blunt side. Having the Thermomix go in reverse, we'll be using the blunt side of the blades, and it will chop down the cauliflower so that it's the same size as rice. After pressing next, the next step is telling us to transfer the cauliflower rice into your Varoma. That's the steaming part of your Thermomix. And you can see here that the cauliflower has been chopped down, so it's about the same size as rice. We're putting some little holes in the bottom of the bowl so that the steam can actually go through and cook our rice for us while our curry is cooking underneath. As we progress through the recipe, the Thermomix is just telling us what to do each time. So first we're putting in our ginger, then we're putting a clove of garlic. The next step is to put in some chili. Now the good thing about this is if you don't want chili, you can leave it out, or you can add more. It's totally up to you. Following the steps again, pop our lid on with our MC in place, and we're going to blitz this just for 3 seconds on speed 7. It's already there telling us what to do. All we need to do is turn the dial. After pressing next, we see that we have to have 200 grams of brown onions cut into wedges about 3 to 4 centimeters big, and then press next. Our Thermomix is going to chop them for us, so we don't have to worry about that. Once our onions are in, we chop them, and then we're going to put the splash guard over the top, and they're going to saute for 4.5 minutes. It's all worked out for you. All you need to do is turn that dial. Now it's telling us to put 90 grams of that tandoori paste that we made earlier to give it the flavour, and now we're going to continue on, add some water, some almond meal to create the sauce, and then we're going to add the 500 grams of boneless chicken thigh fillets, which we've put in, and some salt. Pretty easy to do. Pop the lid on, and then we put the Varoma in place, which is the steaming basket that has the cauliflower rice in it, and then we press next, and it's going to cook 8 minutes on reverse speed +1, and all we need to do is press that dial again. After those 8 minutes are up, it's going to tell us to stir the cauliflower rice to make sure that it's cooking through. Pop that back on, and we're going to press next. Another 4 minutes, Varoma temperature, which is the steaming temperature, on speed 1, and the cauliflower rice is done. After this, we're going to put some coconut milk or coconut cream into our Thermomix bowl, cook it for 1 more minute just to get it nice and hot, and your dinner is ready. All we need to do now is plate up. I'm using an oval thermoserver. These thermoservers will actually keep your food warm for a really long time. It's double insulated, stainless steel, so I'm going to put the cauliflower down one end and the curry down the other. And I tell you, that's as good as any takeaway, probably better. I hope this presentation has helped you decide whether a Thermomix is right for you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below.